Hey, today I'll be talking about episodes 25 through 27 of RuYi's Royal Love. It's the end of the Ghost Festival, and on this day, a burning paper boat is floated down the river to guide ghosts back to the underworld. On a tip from her eunuch, the Empress Dowager finds out that RuYi is burning joss paper, a clear violation of palace rules, but especially egregious on a day like this one. She sets off for the Cold Palace and catches RuYi red-handed, burning paper money for her dead father. Or so she thought. What RuYi is burning isn't paper money for her father. They're mantras that when burned are meant to bring the Empress Dowager good luck and fortune. RuYi is always thinking about the health and safety of her mother-in-law, even in the squalor of the Cold Palace. Speaking of which, they don't draw attention to it, but look at this poor woman coddling what is clearly just a blanket. Man, the Cold Palace is a dark place. The Empress Dowager is sharp as a whistle and realizes someone has just used her to try and trap RuYi. She has her chatty eunuch sent to be tortured so she can figure out who put him up to it. I really love the way the Empress Dowager is portrayed in this series. Being old doesn't make you stupid. She's lived through years of scheming. Of course she can see through stuff like this quickly. Just as the Empress Dowager is about to leave, she's attacked by our old friend, Dowager Imperial Concubine Ji. RuYi makes herself look even better by putting her life at risk and almost getting stabbed trying to protect the Empress Dowager. I wish we knew more about what exactly happened between these two because this is a lot of hate. Finally, Yuncha arrives to save the day, and I can say that the Empress Dowager is officially on Team RuYi. The best part is, after everyone leaves, there's no chance the Empress Dowager will come back, so RuYi is actually able to burn money for her father. What a wonderful night. I mean, except Chenghan screams with pain. Oh, and the Empress Dowager had Ji killed. But other than that, and some more good news, Hailan discovers she is pregnant. She waits until the second trimester to tell the emperor, and the news quickly spreads all the way to the Cold Palace. In her excitement, RuYi accidentally breaks the bracelet she and Hui received from the Empress when they first married the emperor over a decade ago. I don't even understand why RuYi is still wearing it, but luckily she is. Had it not been for this accident, she would never have found out that in a hidden hatch are something called ling, which Google translates as basil seeds, but the point is, they're the reason she's been unable to get pregnant for all of these years. So of course, your mind immediately goes back to all those times the Empress comforted Hui about being unable to get pregnant, knowing damn well that she's made sure she never will. The Empress is just the worst. I suppose I have to give her some credit since the seeds don't cause permanent infertility. The bar for her is that low. Dr. Zhang also reports that he found out that Hui has some kind of illness that hasn't been getting better because her doctor is purposely messing with her prescription. Someone has to be behind this, but since the Empress has already removed the chance of her getting pregnant, it wouldn't make sense for her to be the culprit. So who could it be? Since Mei has pretty much lost her mind, the Empress Dowager has been working on a replacement girl. I say working on because that's exactly what it was. These are his poems, this is the food he hates, he likes it when you suck on his toes. It's almost creepy how much she knows about what turns her son on. In any case, it works, and upon meeting her, he makes her a noble lady on the spot. Noble Lady Shu was created to be the Emperor's ideal girl, so of course he likes her. But there's a bit of a hiccup. Shu is actually in love. After spotting him once in passing one day, the poor girl has been head over heels for years, and no doubt this will make things difficult when the Empress Dowager starts asking for favors. Shu is so happy to be with the man of her dreams, and I don't know if she realizes just how complicated her life is going to be. Rock, hard place. As they're watching fireworks, someone comes to report that the Cold Palace is not so cold tonight. Get it? 'Cause it's on fire. Everyone rushes over, and luckily Yuncha is on duty that night as he is the only one willing to run in and save RuYi. He carries her out and sets her down just as the party arrives. The emperor sees RuYi and covers her with his royal cape. Just like when he sent flowers, it's like, thanks, I guess. I love this scene of her pushing it aside to focus on Suoxin though, because yeah, screw the emperor and his useless little shows of affection. Worry about the people who matter. Also, this was yet another plan from these goons. Under the empress's direction, Hui's fireworks started the fire, and Aro supplied the servants with kerosene to pour all over the Cold Palace. It's almost comical at this point. They really need a killing for dummies course. Death by snakes, fail. Death by shock, fail. Death by the Empress Dowager, super fail. And now it seems this attempt has only made the emperor feel sorrier for her. Just leave her alone. Hailan decides the time is right, and working together with Dr. Zhang, she comes up with a plan to get RuYi out. She takes a drug he made for her that gives her the same symptoms Mei and Yi had when they were pregnant. But wait, Wasn't RuYi responsible for that? Why is it happening now when RuYi is in the Cold Palace? Could it be? Was it someone else? Hui gets the news, and since she knows she didn't do it, she wonders if Ro decided to take the initiative. But Ro knows she didn't do it, so of course she suspects Hui. The ranks begin to break up as they fear getting caught, and they realize they can't trust each other since, they're all bad guys.
你那点心思，那点本事，谁不知道？嫔妾的本事也是贵妃娘娘教的嘛。
I'm having so much fun watching this devolve into an episode of Desperate Housewives. RuYi and Hailan are, as always, on the same page, and RuYi also has Dr. Zhang bring her some drugs that will make her sick, making it look like another poisoning attempt. Again, all the baddies are like, well, it wasn't me, so...
娘娘，真的不是臣妾。
Probably affected by fear, Ro makes a grave mistake. When Liu comes to report to the emperor that RuYi is sick, she says not to report it as no one would care if she died. She is, of course, overheard by the emperor, who is in the next room. Like, come on, I can tolerate evil, but how are you this stupid? The emperor punishes her for the first time, telling her not to come to his palace anymore. Then the emperor actually goes to the Cold Palace to see RuYi. She's unconscious, but he promises her he'll get her out.
朕即刻就接你出冷宫。
About time. Really bold play from the Empress, thinking she could pull one over on the Empress Dowager. She is so much smarter than you. Why would you even try? It takes not 10 minutes for both the Empress Dowager and the Emperor to find out that she was behind, not only telling RuYi about her father's death, but sending the paper money in as well. But the annoying thing is, even though they know what she did, there are no repercussions, just a tiny little reprimand.
一家人鬼鬼祟祟，互相揣测，闹得何家不能安宁。
皇娘的话，皇后都听下了。
With protection like that, it's no wonder she's so shameless. I guess she's still thinking the Empress Dowager hates RuYi and will turn a blind eye to these shenanigans, but honestly, it looks like the Empress Dowager has completely come around on RuYi. I mean, how could you not? She doesn't cause any drama, she's nice to all the kids, just a model consort. The RuYi hate ship has sailed, and the only ones left aboard are Hui and the Empress. Ah! Oh, it's Ro. And now for a look at the book. There aren't many differences between the book and the show here, though during the Cold Palace fire scene, we do get to learn how callous the guards can be. It's not that they think it's too late to rescue the women, they're literally sitting in their dorm, listening to the women screaming and saying, no one cares about them anyway, why bother? It's pretty chilling. And I thought the drama was pulling at my heartstrings with these two, but the book really does make you feel as if there could be something between Yuncha and RuYi. After Yuncha rescues her, RuYi is so out of it that she says, literally, RuYi thanks you. And while wiping the soot off her face, he responds, oh, I thought your name was Mistress, so your name is RuYi? Is it RuYi as in 万事如意? And they just chat about her name as if she wasn't just almost killed. I know not everyone is a fan of Yuncha and RuYi as a romantic pairing, but I so completely am. I just love them so much. The Emperor coming to see RuYi and putting his coat on her is also when it's revealed for the first time that the Emperor has been thinking about her all this time. He quietly calls her by her old name, Qingying, and suddenly you're like, wait, what? Finally, the bracelet reveal reminds me of a funny scene from way earlier in the novel when the Empress first starts implementing her save money at all costs plan. RuYi asks if she should stop wearing her fancy bracelet, and the Empress is like, what? No. Oh, okay, but I thought we were trying to
keep it on.
Till next time, thanks for watching.